while NIP, I think, have a lot of upfront damage, they will have some scaling thanks to having the Aurora and someone like this Mbessa, especially as we get further into this game. Off a level over on his opponent, and his jungler is on the opposite side of the map. If you're playing Rumble, typically you want to put a little bit more resources. And to say that now is going for the engage.
Yeah, already forcing both summoner spells away from Leave. This Kaisa in a little bit of trouble here as Milky Way lands the tether. There comes the fear. It's going to be first blood secured by the jungler of Royal Never Give Up.
There we go, and Aki makes a trade as soon as the Milky Way shows. He's on the opposite side of the map. Build, wanting to try to outpoke his opponent. Typically we tend to see the electrocute change. We are not on 3 yet as Leave gets engaged up on again.
Yeah, there comes the callback as well from Jotchi. Remember, Leave doesn't have any summoner spells and will just go down. The Kaisa pick for Leave not working out early as it's Jotchi coming ahead with 2 early kills for RNG.
Having the ultimate, that is something you can go for, but why risk it? Wait till you have level 6 on Milky Way and make sure that you're going to be in a really strong spot in just a minute's time.
Niket being a little bit of a nuisance as well, and it looks like RNG decide instead of going for the grubs, which can give you extra damage to turrets, they're going to just take some damage.
They should know that he's in that brush because Milky Way did land the Q, but all this happening, Milky Way, I think Tangyuan's actually losing a lot for this. He's losing out on mid waves at Doinby.
Oh,
wait a minute!
Niket. Flash onto Doinby, lands the crash down as well. The Between Worlds will buy some space, and it will be enough for Doinby to escape. A very creative play, though, from Niket and RNG, the new support here for Royal, doing a lot of work early on.
It was a surprise to me to not see him on an LPL team. I know that he was going to go play under TS.
He's
Aki
here again.
walking in the fog,
yeah,
man.
Spotting out Aki, who tries to go in for the Steal the Dragon. Notably, though, has not been secured. Maybe a little bit too far here for Leave as he does take down Niket. Leave comes in. Looks like the Dragon will be finalized here. RNG picking that one up.
We'll take that, though. That we were able to force out some summoner spells. Leave again. No flash this time.
Around the Void Grubs. Looks like Aki going to opt to farm instead of looking to contest, at least for now. So this likely will at least negate the opportunity for a feat of strength going over for NIP this time around. But now Aki is in the area. Doinby does have the teleport if they want to fight, but I don't imagine they want to.
We're walking into fog.
Pink
PP
Ward
God.
spots out Niket and Jotchi. And it looks like that will mean that they can get away.
They're buying time right now as Doinby is hitting this bottom lane turret. They're getting him plates, and I'm looking for what Doinby can do and how much of an impact he'll have on this game, especially with how RNG have played the early set so far.
And now RNG, with Doinby on the bottom side, opt to go to the other side of the map. Try to pick up some plates at the very least on this top side. Shanji going to try to clear the wave. Instead, they landed the Magnet Storm in onto PP God, who is
PP God!
Milky Way will take the kill and the feat of strength, but will go down in a 1v1 trade. Doinby teleports up to the top side, so they do buy a little bit of space here for Zhatsu on the bottom end.
Does have teleport to be able to match here, and if Shanji moves, he'll have first play. It will be with the mini wave that is under the turret here for Xiaoshu, but big item spikes. We talked about Milky Way having that first buy for the experimental hex plate, and while Jotchi does have the Essence Reaver,
ability to steal things away. So NIP evening out the Dragon count at 1 as we do see some teleports down to the bottom side. Meanwhile, the bot laners going at it as well as Jotchi won the 1v1 earlier. Going to try to win the 1v1 again, this time getting a little help from Milky Way, but Leave will be able to flash out.
No ult, no flash from Leave as PP God tries to make this engage, and that's got to be Jotchi going down.
Yeah, not even going to want to burn the flash. He will fall. The overextension results in a big punish for NIP. They're going to pick up 2 kills as well as this mid lane turret.
Even if they would have found that kill onto Kaisa, it is just not enough here as RNG overextend for NIP's AD carry, and now the entire map has exploded. NIP, they gain control of that mid-tier 1, they take it down, then they move into top side, so now Xiaoshu has to be careful, like, am I getting dove? Are there going to be multiple members jumping in under the turret? RNG, at least for their trade, will be able to grab a turret on the back end. Didn't see them take control of top side very strongly, so I need to see a little bit more from RNG, and maybe that comes from the mid lane. We talked about the improvement coming in from Tangyuan, but he's very close to finishing Muramana. That'll be, I think, the big power spike coming in for this team.
Yeah, so it looks like before they get to that spike, RNG don't feel comfortable fighting against NIP at this point, so they will give up the feats of strength. Rotero comes out, almost takes down the turret, but it looks like Aki will be able to do that and finish the job. Niket going for an early engage, already forcing PP God to flash out, use the quickness, but look at the Mbessa here on the front line. Shanji buying so much space. Here comes Doinby with the Between Worlds, does not land the Q or the damage of the ultimate onto anybody, so that will be a play abandoned for NIP. Situation where everything comes into fruition at the right time, where Niket gets a huge ultimate, Milky Way finds a paranoia, Equalizer comes down, and I think a lot of it is just because of the map movements here from NIP. They seem to be arriving at these plays first a lot of the time, and they've been controlling the objective game. That is a big cooldown taken away here by the RNG support, and that means that NIP will be able to at least control this bot lane tower, and they're actually going to make their way over to the Otacon as well.
Yeah. I love how Shanji has been able to play this Ambessa. I think that he's really matched where he needed to be.
Back to base after knowing that next time around they won't have the Rumble TP to deal with or Niket's flash. As actually Niket going to get caught out here. Leave dashing in with the Killer Instinct. PP God following up, and that means that Niket will fall and NIP make their way right back to the Otacon.
It's not as strong as it used to be, but look at this Milky Way marking Shanji. Shanji has no idea.
Paranoia comes out, but now Shanji caught in a bit of a 1v4. Gonna have to try to escape here. Perfect execution, or public execution comes out. Dash over the wall is not enough.
Wow.
And it will be a shutdown going Zhaozu's way. So nicely done by RNG to collapse onto the flank. And now it's a 5v4 in their favor as they start up the Otacon.
We are going to be starting up the Otacon. I think this is still pretty risky. Doinby's going to be moving in. Gets the W, gets a bit of damage onto Milky Way, but this is already down. Can Aki make the steal?
Yeah, Niket making his way back here to the play as well. Comes in. It will be secured here by Jachi of all people. Already one forced to revive. That is Milky Way down there, but Taguan going to go in. Remember, they have the revives. They can go all the way in. It's a shutdown onto Aki, and RNG are right back into this game. They win a big fight around the major objective.
The secondary dance partner here for this team. Lead NIP around the map. You do not want to have to play second fiddle.
Exactly. RNG's teamfight composition, we talked about in the draft, is very, very good.
Proactive when it comes to these objectives. You do have double marksman here with Corki and this Saya, which means that objectives like Baron, like Dragon, do shred really, really fast. Game's remarkably even for how much we kind of set up NIP early.
Uh-oh. Taguan maybe in a little bit of trouble here.
No
Has
flash.
to revive at least for a little bit. It's not going to time out, so he will likely... Oh, they're waiting. They're trying to stall it out. They know the timer is over soon, and they bide their time and allow for Leave to pick up the shutdown. Paranoia does come in, though. Milky Way looking for Aki. Will be able to pick up the kill. Shanji goes a little bit too far forward, and now Zhaozu will flash in onto Leave and force him away from the fight. Doinby is very far in, has to go golden, but will fall. RNG winning another fight as Aki picks up another.
Oh, can Lee find it? He walks up, he finds the plasma procs, kills Niket on the spot.
And there's no vision in the Baron pit. They're going to try to burst this down before RNG have anything to say about it.
Niket's already almost dead. They can't make an engage. This is probably just going to be the Baron going over. Tongwin is taking a lot on the side lane. How much can he get done while this Baron is being taken? Seems like it's only going to be that single turret. Let's see what NIP are actually able to do. The split pushing that Tongyuan has been doing does mean that he has an objective lead. He has 1,000 gold over Doinby, so 3 items on this Corki is a huge change. Thank you to some of our production. 40% damage share with this Kaisa and the Essence Reaver. You also now have the Sork Pen boots alongside the Shadow Flame and Void Staff.
And you can see how much damage it does.
Those plasma procs basically one-shot everybody.
Okay. RNG, pop the Paranoia, looking for a play up at the top side, as Shanji's actually the one who gets targeted, lands the public execution on to Tongyuan, should be able to dash away, flash away, with the rest of his team joining him in the top side river. So that's an ultimate used, and now Milky Way on the runaway, and NIP are here to try to chase him down. Here comes TP God using the Blast Cone over the wall. Nice use spell shield for Milky Way to escape. The Between Worlds does connect. That is a lot of damage onto the Nocturne, but not enough. Now it might be a bit of an overextension as Leave drives over the turret. Jachi picks up 2. It's actually a double kill going to Niket, the Rel of all people.
I think it was so tragic to see Milky Way having to do, you know, whatever other jungler has to do, which is walk away from the opponents, and a solo lane's like, 07, thanks bro, I'm just going to teleport out of this play. I'll see you back at base if I have to. Soul point, but now they've got the trade. RNG will grab those kills, as well as now finally the mid-tier 1.
Yeah, and apart from just the gold that Baron provides, basically a net neutral on the Baron buff for NIP. Damage before anybody has done any other damage to champions here in this extended play. Niket, though, has a big flank. Low HP, but looking to target Doinby. Doesn't get away here with the dash, and is forced to pop Zani's Hourglass before flashing away. Here comes Aki, pops the Crescent Guard, landing the knock-up onto Jachi, who has to use the barrier in response. Right now, nobody falling, but the health bar is very much on NIP's side, and Leave still at full HP with both of his summoner spells. Void Seeker comes out, not connecting once again. Tangyuan dashing away from PP God, but already Niket will fall as Doinby essentially one-shots him. Public execution for Sanji does not connect. Jachi, though, with the Blade Caller, will be able to pick one back up, but here comes Leave, and the Kaisa is looking to run away here with this fight, dashing in onto Tangyuan, and it is 4-1 in favor of NIP.
Not find an angle into the fight. Niket was half HP. They lose almost all of their summoner spells in the trade. This game feels like it has to be over. They even have the soul that's already up with this.
In his inventory, as NIP will also be able to pick up the Infernal Soul. These Kaisa W's are going to start to hurt real fast off.
Yeah, 500 AP here for Doinby, and you got to be looking at Leave. Hasn't upgraded the boots, but like you said, finishing Death Cap there, has 3 AP items alongside it. I don't think we were expecting how close.
Oh my God.
Looking very playable right about now.
Oh, that's just 2 Ws that could almost one-shot the enemy AD carry right now. Really nice adjustment here for Leave to go for this poke build, really countering a lot of what RNG want to do in this 5v5 comp. Meanwhile, Milky Way just caught out of position right now, and now means that NIP can continue the siege here onto this mid lane inhibitor turret. Looks like they'll pick that one up. Shanji dashing forward, and Niket will have to head back to base. NIP not deciding that they want to try to end the game right now. Instead, they'll head back.
A lot of these series, and I think some of their team fighting has been a lot stronger, just a little bit slow to the trigger this time.
And if you are RNG, gonna have to find a way to kill Leave early before he's able to do a ton of damage.
He's not even on the same screen as you, man. So in the next 3 minutes, we have to see either if RNG able to find and engage, maybe here on the PP God.
Going for broke, just on the PP God though. That's a lot of cooldowns burned just for the enemy support. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, it is going to be a 1v2 here for Shanji, but he has the Guardian Angel. Tangyuan barely will escape with his life, as it will be Shanji getting burned down. Kill going into Jachi's hands. So now a 4v5 on the map. However, looks like Aki and the rest of NIP don't want to let RNG reset. They're going here for the Nexus Towers right now. Leave dashing in with the Killer Instinct, trying to avoid RNG from heading into the fountain, but they won't be able to do so just yet. But look at Doinby. That's 2 kills going over, and now a numbers advantage right back into NIP's face. They're headed onto the Nexus turrets. The first one already burning. Already going to be Zhao Shu going down. Jachi going to try to save the game. He picks himself up a kill on the PP God, but the 80 carries is not going to be enough here for RNG.
Wait a minute, okay.
Can Jachi do it? The answer is no. Leave unstoppable. Doinby still in, but the Super Minions crashing down onto the enemy Nexus. Milky Way will not be able to save the game here for RNG, as Ninjas in Pyjamas take game 1 of the series.
Okay, we're getting melee mids. Look, again, leaning into some of the flexibility of a player like Doinby is so incredible for a system where we have Fearless. I saw that Shanji gave up part of the wave, wasn't able to actually contest. He's not actually using the teleport either, so he's saving the summoner spell.
So now Milky Way looking for a gank. PP got forced to flash away. Aki in the area to try and make sure that PP God will be able to escape. And the red buff actually doing maybe some body blocking here for Milky Way. Tangyuan now has to flash away. Zenith Blade connects onto Milky Way, who all of a sudden is potentially targeted here. That is going to be Doinby flashing on top of him. That's first blood picked up for NIP. The skirmishing early on is working very well for the red side.
But without them finding the kill bottom lane, they don't even bother to go for the dragon, recognizing that there's a dive that's going to be happening onto top lane. Xiao Shu gives up the wave, did hit level 6, but I mean, I think the reinforcements are just too late. Doinby's going to be here. Tangyuan eventually will be able to make his way over.
It's all 4. It's only 4 here right now, though. Here comes the ultimatum and lands here onto Aki, as he will get hooked up here by Niket as well. Is there enough damage? The Riptide comes through. Aki should be able to escape, but the last tick of the Ignite will take him down. The full bullet time lands onto Niket, as he'll get traded 1 for 1, but RNG get NIP's jungler and shut the Nidalee down. They have control of those first spawn of grubs, and they still did not take away that dragon. They sent a lot of resources down towards the bottom side.
Walk this guy.
Flashing forward for shot. Will connect as Shanji just goes a little bit too far. And RNG's bot laner getting on the board here.
To find that, but I think that the cost might be a little too much. The next 3.5 minutes, you're going to be playing Jhin with no flash versus a Pantheon, Leona, and a Gragas. But I think his last 1.5 years, especially coming off of that OMG run with Cream and the rest of the gang, his side laning and some of his team fighting hasn't been up to snuff. And
man, look at the bullet time damage. RNG's Milky Way almost taken down to 0 from full HP there.
Such a strong position here, Graves, and it's small moments of hope here for RNG that have looked great, but other than that, hasn't been. I mean, is this real?
They're going for the play on the PP God down to 200 HP, but here comes Doinby with the Grand Starfall. PP God at 100 HP. Judgy just trying to throw out the bullet time, or sorry, the curtain call, but Lee flashes in front of that first shot and will be able to pick up the kill. That is kill number 3, and that first feat of strength.
Leave no flash, so I'll be looking to see if RNG are able to actually punish that, or if that's going to be a summoner spell that goes unchecked.
Seems like right now NIP are everywhere on the map before RNG are. Like, it doesn't matter where it is. It seems like they're top lane and bot lane at the same time. You see right there that Milky Way is able to steal away one of the grubs before Aki took the rest. So big control in that grub department. Really nice explosive cast from Shanji, who is going to try to make up for his sins of that solo kill earlier. Doinby with the Comet Spear picks up kill number 2.
All right, guys. So we picked the Camille into the Camille blind. We got owned. Happens. We knew that the Gragas was there. It was going to be a flex, but not a matchup that we were kind of comfortable with.
Thorns lands the knockup onto 2. Bullet time does come out though and forces RNG to escape. Leave using these ultimates beautifully here in this second game. And RNG seem like they're trying to go for plays, but really aren't able to capitalize too much on anything so far.
Well, with 5 grubs and with where Pantheon in this game does not get much easier for RNG. Those grubs are going to do so much damage, and they even have a demolish on what I'm expecting is going to be Leona.
Been able to capitalize on the counter jungling ever since then. So right now, Aki in a great spot. He's definitely been outplaying Milky Way so far early in this series, and that was a player that we were excited to watch here for RNG. Now we head down to the bottom lane with the dragon spawning in just 15 seconds. Solar Flare comes out, lands on a Tangyong, but he's able to buffer nicely with the Fate Sealed. Really nice Stranglethorn to try to buy some time, and PP God goes too far forward, and RNG get 1 kill on the overextension.
Those are my ninjas of pajamas. There's the classical random mid bot lane death coming in. PP God in the squad. Oh, sorry guys, you just stayed a little too far up and come find the cat.
Gonna cancel a little bit of damage, but will go down rather easily. Now Doinby stuck in a bit of a weird spot here. We'll try to flash on a Milky Way. Here comes the curtain call though. One shot doesn't land. The second shot will though. On to Doinby and take him down. Teleport comes in from Jiaoshu. Now Aki could be the one in trouble. The sweep lands here onto the middle lane, and the Deadly Flourish does as well. Jiaoshu finally using that Hextech ultimatum to take Aki down, and RNG get a boatload of kills in the bottom lane.
He's going to be back up in a second here. He doesn't have the ultimate. No one's able to contest from Ninjas in Pajamas. It'll just be their first dragon of the game at 15 minutes.
So we thought this was very, very NIP favorite.
Lose a lot more from this trade than maybe they would have wanted as come back to live.
PP God going so aggressive throughout the entirety of this game. Jachi kind of on the other side of the fight right now. Milky Way getting bursted down by the bullet time, but not able to be taken down all the way to 0. Comet Spear just short.
Heavy jungle that usually requires resources. You want to be able to get gold into your back pocket. This is just not the way for you right now, and RNG are hurting. Really, the only people that have been able to stabilize themselves are this bottom lane. Jiachi and Tangyuan have been doing pretty fine for themselves.
Just over 2.5 minutes.
I feel right now, Grapes, as we're waiting for Dragon. Oh, wait a minute, we got a team fight.
Yeah, there's a fight. As PP God just refuses to back away any single time. The burn from the Leandries will finally take him down, but Doinby coming in with the Grand Starfall. Comet Spear doing a lot of damage. Finally, Milky Way will drop, and that is Aki picking up Niket as well. It's a 2-for-1 extended trade. Tangyuan forced to go back as well.
Turret's falling here, and Doinby on this Pantheon is just providing so much utility. He can be in anywhere on the map. I was going to say we have like a certain moment of like happiness and extreme sorrow because I get to finally see someone play with the synchronized souls, and especially now with feats of strength enabled, being able to get across the map incredibly easy.
Milky Way is dead.
And Milky Way, we come back to live, and he is dead. Some of that is starting to show just a little bit here.
Yeah, he's not really been able to farm basically the whole game. You can see right now Aki 50 CS ahead of Milky Way, as well as 2 levels. We'll have to look at the replay in the pit, but
he just walked into his jungle. You made the cardinal sin of his enemy jungle.
How dare you walk into the enemy jungle?
How dare you walk into your raptor, into your wolves,
yeah.
man. Come on, dude. Show some respect. RNG, they want to fight, man. They said, look, we can't keep losing, but
looking a little desperate right now as Niket flashes for the depth charge and still is unable to connect anything more than just the ult. Shanji will get targeted here by the ultimatum, but a really nice explosive cast will take Jiaoshu down. Going to be Tangyuan with landing that Fate Seal, but not much more. It is 2 more kills in favor of NIP.
It's looking very doomed here for RNG. That has just not been the case here as we are Pantheon ulting to... Okay, guys. Come on.
Cannot let Milky Way walk into his own jungle. Once again, going to get stunned up. Bullet time is flashed away from, and now NIP use a lot of their cooldowns. It could maybe be in a bit of trouble, but the answer is actually no. Aki picking up another kill onto Niket, who's had a bit of a tougher game this time around.
Who can do anywhere within like an 11 to 1500 range, and Pantheon just says, if you're on the map, I can probably hit you this time. So objective is going to go down. RNG do have a timer here that they can look for. Shashu does have teleport, and he did push in this wave, but
Milky Way caught out once again, this time by Shanji on the body slam. Going to flashing forward, Stranglethorns only to delay the inevitable, which has been Milky Way's death every single time these two teams have clashed here in Game 2. Xiaoxu will pick up the tier 2 as a bit of a consolation prize, but NIP are pushing down bot. They could even look for a tier 3.
RNG have been really focused on side laning and making sure that they're split mapping across their opponents to get away if you get caught on a side lane. So if they had been a little bit quicker on the trigger to go for these, maybe they find Doinb.
Xiaoxu looking to try to finish things off here. There's the Hextech ultimatum. Fate Seal does not connect. Doinb surviving for so long. They will finally take him down, but at what cost? Bullet time comes out. Nikek bursts down. Tong Yuan finally bursts down the turret, but it is not a good death here for the Yone, as 3 of his teammates will fall, as well as the Otacon going NIP's way. So many wards. Looks like RNG really have no control. You can see they send both of their soul laners down to the bottom side to try to deal with Shanji, while on the other side, their bot lane is just getting targeted by 4 members of Ninjas in Pyjamas. Niket will once again be the sacrificial Nautilus, as they do get a turret on the backside, but it might cost them their lives, as here comes the rest of NIP. Xiaoxu trying to at least just clear the wave. Bit of a bounce moment here on this bottom side, as he knows his fate is inevitable, allowing for the rest of his team to escape at the very least. Maybe getting a little bit of chip damage here onto Shanji, as Xiaoxu is continuing to run the wrong way and will eventually go down.
Look, I think against lower end teams, if we were looking at not necessarily an NIP here in the group, maybe you're going up against another... Oh, Jachi's mechanics are too clean this game. I feel bad for him, man.
Unfortunately, too much crowd control on the Leona. Yeah.
He literally has perfect... He has Captain Jack cleanses, and the game doesn't even matter. Oh, no.
Hey. Good sign for maybe the rest of the series if he's able to get in a better position later.
RNG Split 2 is going to be a beast, man. They are showing that they are at least playing the map and trying to cross-map for objectives instead of forcing for fights and over-forcing for objectives that they just have no business of matching for. So at least RNG showing some cerebral play behind the mask.
Conditions here in the LPL, and it's looking like that is more and more of a possibility as they are looking poised to go undefeated in their group.
Which is really impressive.
Here, as that is a lot of cooldowns used to just burn a couple of flashes. Xiaoxu getting bursted down against Leave, will probably die in the 1v1 as he does, as Doinb dashes down to the back line, trying to finish off this game here for NIP. It's a 2-man Fate Sealed here for Tong Yuan, but he will drop it regardless. It's a double kill for Leave, a 2-man body slam coming in from Shanji, and a much more dominant game number 2 victory here for Ninjas in Pyjamas, as they put themselves to match point and are looking to run away with first place in Group D.
Wow, 12,000 gold. We didn't get, unfortunately, the Jungle Flame Horizon, but just like you said, not enough game time and not enough camps for NIP.
It's going to be the Sejuani coming through here for Milky Way, so more tankiness on this side. Front to back here for RNG does look very solid. You have 2 very great backline carries with the Aphelios and the Azir.
So just worried for him in general. He has a lot of tanky boys to deal with as the game goes on.
Speaking of worried, I think Xiaoxu should be that at this point with the big wave crashing into the top side. You see Aki on the Viego making his way up here as well. Xiaoxu still not level 6 and won't be able to get it on the completion of this wave. Spectrum Ball comes out, lands a stun. But it looks like NIP don't want to go too far in for this dive, knowing that, of course, Niket is on the way. That allows for Milky Way to take the dragon on the other side of the map. Flip the grubs in one way or the other. They're going to give that up, try to find plays on the other side. You burn Doinb Splash. You also are going to be able to take camps away on the bottom side, but now Xiaoxu might be in trouble once again.
From game 2. But, oh, we're getting the Rise ultimate. They're making the dive on the top side. It's a single plate left here.
There's no minions, though. It's going to tank tower aggro pretty immediately. There comes the Heartbreaker, and that's first blood here for Leave. Really nicely done by NIP.
With more dominant early games, now Leave has a massive advantage over his opponents. He's going to be able to recall and get most parts of a Trinity Force already online. 1,000 gold over his his opponent in Jachi.
I think it's like an early soul for NIP, but all things considered, they'd rather have
there we go.
Some kills. Which, speaking of, they might try to find one here. On to PP-God. PP-God a little bit too far forward here. The Emperor's Divide not actually doing the deed, as Niket is the one to secure the kill. But it is still a kill nonetheless.
Penguin is leaning towards his team. PP-God on vision, however.
Ooh. Glacial Prison goes very, very wide here, and here comes Doinby with that Realm Warp, and the Rise ultimate does wonders here for NIP. Jachi not able to finish off the kill on the PP-God. That is a 2-0 in favor of NIP as they pick up the full feats of strength.
I don't know. I think this is a tough game to play.
Yeah, gonna have to try to find some sort of plays and maybe punish some aggression that NIP is throwing out, but that's not even gonna happen here as Leave and PP-God.
His Rod of Ages and is getting stacks at 13 minutes. It kind of puts you on that timer immediately, and you're not able to secure any of the grubs. Only one dragon to your name. It feels like RNG are just having to pick up scraps here as NIP, like we said from game 2, leading them around the map and what they can do.
Milky Way still getting bullied in his own jungle, seemingly. Has the Heartsteel, but that's about it. Not doing enough damage, definitely, as a Sejuani against Aki. But maybe with the rest of his team he can. Throws out that Glacial Prison, followed up by the Death Sentence. Aki's able to dash away for now, but the Moonlight Vigil will eventually take him down. As RNG pick up a shutdown onto their AD carry. Is Jachi picking up 450 gold, and the blue buff finally going their way.
What we're looking from RNG is how can they stabilize. Xiaoshu, despite the early game deficit, is slowly starting to pick it back up, and maybe with a visit from Milky Way.
Oh, nice flash to match Shanji here. Lands stun as well. Shanji could be in some trouble, but does have a lot of movement speed. Finally, will get jumped on top of and taken down by Milky Way.
Tangyuan, run!
In. That is 2 members. Really nice job by Tangyuan, though.
For being able to hold this. This feels like, hey, don't be saying thank you, Shanji, for all your work on this top tier 2. Me and Aki will be taking this, so thank you for all you did with our 6 grubs.
And will get taken down finally in conjunction with that mid lane tier 1. So suddenly the gold jumping up in favor of NIP.
Giving you a free Heartsteel proc, I think it's a bit tough. Let's see if they can make this play on the bottom side. Jachi is on his way. Niket and Milky Way are in position.
And look at Doinby, though. He has that ultimate available and will be able to join the fray if Shanji goes under threat. And I think RNG might have figured that one out a little bit too late. Death Sentence does connect. They're going to try to burst Shanji down, but he's a very tanky Udyr. Jachi will pick up the kill. As it looks like that will be all she wrote here for this play. RNG able to escape successfully.
Back into the game. Thank you, folks. Thank you to everybody on production for being able to get us through that pause very quickly. No chrono breaks for now. Fingers crossed as we come back and Xiaoshu's able to take a top tier 1. Maybe we'll see what this bot lane play has in store as Aki is still waiting with a Rift Herald and they're moving on over.
Ooh, the Rune Prison lands here onto Josh. He's already down to 40% HP, right into the arms of Aki, who is able to lock him down in Doinby with the Realm Warp. Picks up the kill onto the RNG 80 carry. Jachi did all that he could to try to escape, but could not get away from NIP. They get the 1 kill. They also proc this Rift Herald and send it right down to Crash in to pick up their 4th tower.
6 grubs, the Rift Herald. They've got another wave coming on this bottom lane. Aki can just do the dragon this entire time. I'm glad we got all the RNG stuff during the break because that gave us time to set them up to come right back to live, and they're just getting smashed on the map. I mean, Leave almost 2,000 up. He's going to be finishing Muramana here. That's going to be a massive spike for the Ninjas of Pyjamas. Lane allocations. Shanji pushing in on the top wave, has teleport, as does Xiaoshu. And maybe a fight here around the dragon. They are pushing RNG out of this area. Whoa!
Both the Q and the Death Sentence go wide here. Tangyuan using the Emperor's Divide to try to escape, but a nice buffer from Aki escapes the crowd control itself. Niket on the menu here for NIP and will get taken down by the Mystic Shot of Leave.
Here he has Ghost, but no Flash. and he's trying to push on this mid wave. We're getting a TP from Tongyuan to protect his AD carry.
Yeah, Shanji doesn't have enough damage at this point just yet, and with Tongyuan joining, it looks like Shanji just here to try to catch this wave and prevent this tower from going down. She should be able to do so successfully, while the Otacon is secured on the other side. So that is revives for all of NIP, just ignoring Xiaoxi's damage as well, and just hitting the tower for as long as possible. We'll have to try to run away from Xiaoxi now, who has arrived at the bottom lane. But
oh, we're realm
the rest of
warping.
NIP in with the realm warp. That's the true shot barrage, taking down Jiaxi. Xiaoshu will go down as well. It's a double kill for Leave, as they might even be looking for more here on this play. Aki with the stolen vehicle.
Oh my god, Leave!
Not able to find it. Leave still weaving in autos and the mystic shots. He goes way far forward and is able to pick up the kill onto Niket before respawning back in his own fountain. That is 3 kills for NIP. They're also going to get the bot lane inhibitor, and they are running away here with this game number 3.
Unofficial triple kill there for Leave. He plays with 0 fear in his heart. And I mean, you have Doinby, who seems like he's on form, and Leave, who's playing like this. I think this is why I feel so confident to say they feel like a top 4 team here in the region.
And they're looking poised to be one of the top 4 seeds in the LPL. With a win here, would put them to the top of Group D and give themselves a spot in double elimination, as they are looking very dominant right now. Picking up that Mountain Soul point.
On a side lane, almost going to be level 16 on Azir.
Yeah,
maybe they can turn here.
It's a solo mission here for Milky Way. He's going to try to steal this one away, it seems like.
Oh my god, Leave!
Leave shifts over the pit to just push the RNG jungler away. He is not able to get into the pit, and it will be secured easily by Ninjas in Pyjamas, and they can try to win this fight on the other side as well. Niket on the run will land the death sentence in on the Shanji. Aki flashing over the wall, trying to find the Aphelios, and will get the kill, and the reset city will begin. It's going to be a clean ace in for NIP. They get 4 kills with just Tongyuan, who was not even at the fight, the last remaining survivor here for Royal.
Leave has just been shifting forward. He does not care about what the opponents, he fears them not. As teleports through mid, but we've got a top wave to end on. We've got Baron and 6 Grubs. NIP are going to 3-0 RNG here, barring a miracle from Tongyuan.
He doesn't have a kill just yet. Going back to base to try to defend. It looks like it'll just be the inhibitor that NIP want. They're going to play this out. The Void Mites helping them out here as they take down the inhibitor tower. All 3 inhibs will be down, as this
they can keep
is
going.
Maybe one of the most dominant performances we've seen here by NIP so far in their early run here in the LPL. Next tower's now the target, as it looks like they want to try to end the game here on this Baron buff push. Leave dashing forward once again with the arcane shift, forcing Jiaxi down to 500 HP, as RNG currently are fish in a barrel to the might of Leave with these mystic shots.
And they've got another minion wave. They got these 6 Grubs. The ultimate does not land from Milky Way.
Jiaxi trying to land the stun onto Doinby, but not enough damage here for the Rise. Redemption comes out. Everybody on NAP is still well and healthy, but
wait a minute,
wait, he
Tongyuan?
shuts down Aki right now, but Leave is still fully healthy. Tongyuan unable to find anything with the Emperor's Divide, and that should eventually be the game. Doinby doesn't fall. NIP standing strong in the base of Royal. Never give up. They will go undefeated here in the group stage and have made a statement here early in the LPL season.
Jiaxi falls as the last member. NIP, so dominant.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.